It's a beautiful day, September 24th, 2024. Finally got a little bit of time here. I'm gonna try to get my tree stand hung up today. I made a video a couple years ago where I hung my River's Edge tree stand, and the bedding areas that these deer are laying in, staying in here on my property that I hunt have changed. And last year I kept spooking deer trying to get to my stand, so I took it down and I'm going to try to put it in a different location this time. I'm getting ready to fire my old Jeep up here and load up my tree stand and my steps, everything I need to do, and get started on it. I'm going to try to find a good spot, get it in a location that's adjacent to a bedding area, but where I'm not walking into a bedding area, getting in my stand early in the morning. I'll get my Jeep fired up here, get my boat unloaded. I'm going to take the Jeep up here and hang this stand up. All right, guys, I've got my tree stand here. It's a River's Edge hang-on stand. I've got my safety harness. When I hung my stand up to store it for the summer, I just kept my safety harness attached to it so that I could find it easily when I went to hang it back up. Gotta go get my steps. I've got some duct tape and some electrical tape. These things make a lot of racket. Once I get all my tree steps in, secured to the tree, I'll tape around them with tape so that when I'm climbing up and down the steps, you don't hear this in the mornings or the evenings when I'm going hunting. Also got a bow holder that I bought to put on my stand to hold my bow. Ended up not using it the last year because I had trees in front of me. I was in a circle of trees, like a grove, and I could hang my bow on the tree. It was made it easier. This time I may just be putting it on a regular tree, so I'm going to take the bow holder just in case I need to install it on the stand. I've got a couple of extra hangers to hang my bag and my stuff on I can put in the tree. Got a iPhone holder, but I don't know if I'll be able to use it this time, but I'm still taking it with me just in case. Let's go hang this tree stand up. Wasn't working out. I kept falling over. I'll just hold the camera. I think the hardest part is going to be finding a spot to put the stand, because there's a wide range of deer trails coming through here where these bucks could come through at. If I put it up too high, I'll miss them. If I put it down too low, I can miss them. And I'm trying to find that sweet spot in the middle to where my stand's in a good location for bucks that can be crossing through. I think the first thing I'm going to do drive up here and park and then do a little bit of walking, see if I can figure out where I want to put it at. So right in here there's a bunch of deer trails coming from over this way, and that's where my tree stand was at before. Was out that direction, probably about 400 yards 300 yards from here, and that's where the deer are bedding down. Well, this is a travel corridor. They come through here, but sometimes they come way down low, or like 100 yards downhill, and sometimes they come across the top of the ridge, which is probably 50 to 60 yards up that direction. And you can only hunt out of one stand at a time, so even if I bought more stands, it wouldn't really help me. Good gosh, look at that. Can y'all see that? That's a rub. That's fresh too. I'm gonna drive out through here and see if I can see any fresh sign. All right, guys, I think I found one tree that's a candidate. It's this tree that's split here at the bottom. It goes up into two. It's got some decent cover around it to conceal my drawback. I can see the top of the ridge from here, about 30 yards. I can also see down this way, which is a deer corridor. They come back and forth through here a lot. The only problem I have with it is sometimes those deer are dropped down off the ridge top a little bit more. But I mean, that's anywhere you're at in the woods. You just got to find a spot where you think they're going to be coming through. And I feel like that's a good tree. I'm gonna have to maybe cut down this pine right here. But I also got another pine right here that's gonna kill that part of my shooting area. But then I've got a whole lane open coming through here, this direction, that I should be able to get a shot through that lane. And also, I believe from right there, I can get a shot off on the ridge top if one's coming across the top of the ridge. That looks like a good spot to put it. Wherever I put it at, that's where it's going to be, and it's going to stay there. So I need to make a good decision on this. I don't have a lot of room for error. I feel like this one's going to be, I feel like because I can get a shot on this ridge top, that might be my best bet for bow season. So if those deer start using that ridge top again like they always have in the past, they're going to be on that ridge top. And maybe some of them may be dropped on down a little bit off the edge here. Guys, I don't know if y'all ever had to decide where to put up a tree stand at, but it's not an easy decision. I mean, you want the best spot where the deer are coming through, but sometimes the best spot where the deer are coming through is not giving you any shots. A clear shot picture. Sounds like I got a thunderstorm brewing in the background. It's supposed to rain about 4 o'clock and it's 2 something. So I don't have a whole lot of time. I need to start getting this stand up if I'm gonna do it. I think I've decided, guys. I think I'm gonna put it on that split oak that I just showed you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing started. Let's go ahead and make a decision, and if it don't pan out, then we can change it again next year. Here we go. All right, guys, I'm gonna get started hanging this tree stand. Somebody's got to do it. It's got to be done. If I don't start on it, it ain't gonna get done. So here we go. All right, guys, got my climbing belt on. I'm gonna wrap this climbing belt around this tree. I'm gonna get up here and try to get all these set secured, and then I'll get my stand up there. Guys, my father-in-law, he really rips on the guitar. He is one of the best musicians I know. He's multi-talented. He can play acoustic, electric, 7-string. Even got a keytar, and he rocks on the keytar as well. If y'all would like to hear more music from my father-in-law, let me know. I'll try to get up with him and see if he wants to do some more music for my YouTube channel. Alright guys, got my steps hung up. Got up there and looked around. It looks like a pretty good spot. I'm gonna have to do some limb trim. Might cut this one pine tree down, this little one right here. But so far, so good. Now all I gotta do is get my stand up there and hang it. Alright guys, I'm gonna try to give y'all a head cam view of what I'm doing here while I'm doing it. Hopefully my battery will last long enough for me to hang this stand on my GoPro. I'll take this other battery with me just in case. I don't know how much charge it has in it. If it gets low, I can switch it. I'm gonna go ahead and take my tree belt with me. It's got to be up there, so I might as well take it with me. I'm going to tie it to the back of the stand. Alright. I've got my rope here that I use to pull my gun or my bow up with. I'm gonna use it to pull the stand up. Just gonna wrap this rope around here, lock it in. Take the rope up the ladder with me. This is when it gets difficult. I don't know if you guys have ever done this before. If you're watching this, chances are you have or you want to. I'm just pre-warning you. This is where stuff kind of gets difficult. The first time I done it was a disaster. I had never done it before. Didn't know what I was doing. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I sucked at it and it was a disaster. Hopefully this time I've got a little bit more experience with tree stand hanging. Hopefully this time it won't be such a disaster. So I put my climbing belt back on. I'm gonna go back up this tree. get all the way up here to the top. Now I need to figure out where exactly I'm gonna place my stand. Got my climbing belt tight so I can lean against it. So this belt is the only thing holding me on this tree right now. Can y'all see that? I'm trusting this climbing belt to hold me on this tree. So I've got my rope hooked to my stand. And I don't know the best place to put my stand, but I'm thinking I want it to be aimed out this way, and my steps may be in the way. I may have to put it on the tree the opposite way and step over to it and have it touching over here. I haven't decided yet, but I need to get it up here. So I'm gonna start picking my stand up. It's pretty heavy. It's not the easiest task. Try to keep it from getting hung on stuff. Pull it up. Alright, I've got the stand up in the tree. Now, this is my climbing belt, or my tree belt. I'm gonna tie this rope right here. Alright, my stand's up here. I need to get this belt loose that holds the stand around the tree. I've got it wrapped around my stand so it'll hold it. So I need to take it loose. Alright. Now, the stand goes on the tree like this. And then this belt wraps around and hooks into itself. And that's what holds it to the tree. So I'm gonna lean back. I've got the stand. The only thing that's holding the stand is this belt. I'm gonna put this in my mouth and hold that side stand. I'll flip this around. Alright. Now this belt needs to go through here and back through here. Like so. Alright. Now my stand is hanging from the tree. It can't fall off. I'm gonna get it positioned where I want it at. I'm gonna flip this belt over so it doesn't get tangled up. Get this position where I want it at, so I can lock it down. All right. Now, I have the stand is up against the tree right here, and down here, kind of in the angle that I want it at. I might want to move it around a little bit, like that. So now, what needs to happen? I'm gonna take this belt and tie the excess part of this belt up, or it's not flopping around. All right, now I have this tied around and latched, and it's holding my stand from coming undone. I'm gonna untie this. I'm gonna pull this loose. It'll allow my base of my stand to ratchet down. And I'm also going to take this back part, this backrest, and go ahead and tie it around the tree. And all this does is hold my backrest up against the tree. It doesn't hold the weight of the stand on the tree, it just holds the backrest. Alright. Now I should be able to ratchet this down, and when I do, it's going to tighten that strap and dig into the tree. So if I did everything right, when I stand on this stand, it shouldn't go anywhere. I don't know if I like that, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through there. I don't think I am. So I'm going to have to do something different. I may have to put it on the other side facing this way to be able to get to it. So I'm going to pull this back up. And I'm going to try to work it around the tree to the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and take this rope off that I used to pull the stand up with. Get it out of my way. It doesn't need to be on here anymore. Alright, we'll keep trying to work this stand around this tree. To the other side. Alright. That loosened my strap up a little bit because of the way the tree's shaped, so I'm going to try to tighten it down. And I'm going to lower this down again. I think I like that. Now comes the tricky part. So I need to get in my stand. So I can't, because my climbing belt is preventing me from doing that. So at some point there's going to be a time when you got to make sure you don't let go, because your climbing belt has to come off. So that's now. If I let go now, I fall. So I'm gonna hang on to everything. I get up here, I'll hang on to the tree really tight, and I'm gonna step into my stand. And while I'm still holding on to the tree, I'm gonna bounce. It feels sturdy. Alright. Now I'm gonna put my tree belt on the tree so I can hook to it. So right now, if I fell, I could get extremely hurt or killed, because I'm not tied to this tree in any way. So I'm gonna hook my tree belt up. I'm gonna hook it up higher up, about right here. And then I'm gonna get my strap harness deal. I forgot that has to go around the main strap of the tree belt. I'm gonna run my tree belt strap through my safety harness. I run it back through the tree belt retainer. Alright, I'm locked in. So now I'm somewhat safe. If I fall now, my safety harness is supposed to keep me from falling all the way down. I don't have my cell phone on me, so if I did fall, it would be terrible. Have to wait on somebody to come rescue me, but I wouldn't hit the ground. All right, let's see what we got here. Let me get this camera off here and hold it so I can show y'all what I'm looking at. All right, so here's my view standing up. I'm gonna have to cut this tree limb out. It's smacking my way. If I can do that, just bring a saw and cut here. I can maybe even turn this into a bow holder. I can leave my bow hanging right there. That's nice. Might turn that into a bow holder. I can hook my camera into this tree right here and hang my bag off of this tree. That one main deer corridor that I was telling y'all about comes right through there, right in front of the camera. And it looks to be about 20-25 yards down to it. There's my old Jeep parked down there. So I'm going to need to take this little pine tree right here out, bring my pole saw up here and cut some limbs out of some of these trees over here to make sure I have plenty of shooting lane. So I'll have a shooting lane this direction from over here to about right there. I need to clear out some limbs off of this, maybe cut this little pine tree down. There's a bunch of pines right there. That's going to kill me on that area. But I can get rid of all those pines if I want to. I hate to do that much stuff in here. If the deer comes from this way, I can wait until it gets here to draw my bow back. This will give me some cover for drawback, and then I can shoot it over here. I've also got this entire side. There's a road bed that goes across the top of this ridge, and the deer travel it on the edge of that field. That looks to be about 35 to 40 yards, so it's doable, but I wouldn't want to shoot a deer there, but it's possible. It doesn't matter where I put a tree stand at here on this property. Regardless of where I put it, it's going to be a thicket. It's going to be hard to get a shot in every direction. So I'm going to have to do some cleaning on shooting lanes no matter what. My uncle has a pole saw. I need to go borrow it from him. Come back up here and do that. I like it. It didn't seem like it was too hard to get into it off the ladder. That's good. I think the only negative part about it is I'm maybe 10 foot above that ridge road. I'm 20 foot off the ground right here where I'm at. It's probably about 10-15 foot higher up there. So I'm maybe 10 foot off the ground coming from that direction. So I'm gonna have to watch my movements and my drawback. I'm gonna have to make sure I draw back at the right time or a deer will be able to see me moving. I do have some good back cover though. I'm not silhouetted. I've got trees all in behind me. Either way you look at it. There ain't but one way to find out, and that's to hunt out of it. I'm definitely gonna need to bring a saw up here, do some trimming. I'm definitely gonna need to cut a couple of these trees down, get them out of my way. Probably this pine here, this little pine, maybe this other pine. I'd like to cut those 3 pines down, but I may just try to get the limbs out of them up to about 20 foot high, so I'll have a shot down here, but a deer won't be able to see me, and it'll be covered back that direction. I may just bring a pole saw, try to cut those limbs out. Maybe cut down this little one right here, leave those 2 bigger ones, cut the limbs out of them. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's going to be a good productive stand. So thank y'all for watching my channel. Got my tree stand up. I'm happy about it. I wish it was a little earlier. I feel like it's a little bit too close to deer season to put it up, but maybe there wasn't any bucks roaming around in here today. They didn't hear me, they didn't smell me, and I won't run them off. It's a couple more weeks till bow season opens, early bow, so they got a couple weeks to recover. What I would like to do now is go ahead and go home, get a saw, and start doing some trimming up here, because I don't want to be doing it anytime sooner than now. I want to get it done today. It's supposed to rain in a little bit. I don't know how long I've got before the rain comes, but ideally I would like to get some more stuff done today. That would be nice. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here. Thank y'all for watching my channel. This is a River's Edge Bigfoot tree stand. Got it hung up today, approximately 2 weeks before bow season. Pretty excited about deer season this year. I just got me a new bow. It's an Elite Terrain. Shoots 300 and some feet per second. Pretty hard shooting bow. Pretty happy with it. I've been practicing on it a little bit. It's got a 70-pound draw weight. Draw weight's a little bit heavy on it, but I'll have to get used to that. I'll show y'all what I do to keep my stand quiet. This thing creaks and makes all kind of racket. Well, these little pins that hold these step pieces together, they make god awful noises. And I figured out a long time ago when I first got this thing, if I wanted to be quiet getting in and out of the stand, I was going to do something about those. So all I do is take some electrical tape and go to each one of them and just tape them up where they can't make racket. See that? That is not what you want on a cold morning when you're trying to bow hunt. That is not what you want to hear. A deer can hear that from 300 or 400 yards away, maybe more than that. So I just tape those up with electrical tape. Now if my foot hits that on the way up, nothing. The ladder steps creak enough by themselves without any dings and dingle dangles hanging around helping them out with noise making. I got that problem took care of. Pretty excited about bow season. Thank y'all for watching my channel. Hit that like and subscribe button, and have a nice day.